tieflings. Descended from infernal beings, they are creatures that look like mirrors of the hell's inhabitants. There's sin in their veins, there's hatred in their history. Evil, fiendish fire is said to reside in their hearts, or at least believed to. But what is a legacy that does not apply to its owner? A point of pain, mostly, of suffering. Distrust in the gaze, mistrust in the air. Worries in the words that lollygag idle between lips until in finer company. And for the sake of devil's advocacy, a truly apt way to approach the discussion, it is worth noting that they'd have every cause to. Skin like shined porcelain, eyes whose irises are pools of molten gold, razor teeth, beastly claw, hair and horn ebon as the Raven Queen's feather, eyes marked in obsidian, breath of brimstone and a fiery warmth in his body. He was a stark contrast to every aspect of the snow-laden waste that began to form around the small trade town he'd been born into. Why wouldn't they be worried? But where others would accept their fate, Eikon would make his own. He would dream of greater beings that destined him for this hardship. A fate that would give him confidence. Willpower manifested through pure spite. The might of gods made a cleric out of a non-believer. Brought gods to the void. It brought hope to the hard times. A might that reinforced Eikon's desire to enlist. A Narian war career that began as nothing but simple scouting work and skirmishes eventually led to mounted patrols of the wall. Charges led with the confidence of a commanding officer and the dedication of a dead man in the saddle. Blood for his sisters, and blood for his brothers in arms. Hi, I'm Eikon, and welcome to Disney Channel.
Shut up! Olive was born to a tribe of Eladrin that traveled along the wall in Abraxas. She was a child to Cyril and Quarion, the tribal medics. From a young age, she was taught to heal people, and as it was seen that she was to be the next medic for the tribe. Her mother also taught her to play harp, and her father taught her druidic ways. She is curious about the situation that led her people to turn away from the Feywild, but holds too much respect for her tribe, and especially its leaders, to ask questions. Unfortunately, her curious nature got the best of her when she was asked to play a drinking game, and then passed out at a crossroad tavern. Not knowing what alcohol was, and being curious about this game, she agreed. When she woke up, the family harp her mother had given her was gone. Rather than moving with the tribe, she was unable to handle what she had done, and now she searches for her harp.
True to his Leyland ancestry, Elasah is a free spirit who roams the continent, indulging in the arts of each town and locale. Unlike his celestial ancestors, however, he has no talent for painting, singing, or any instruments that require a fine hand to play. He is limited to dancing on his two scaled legs, which audiences agree serve him rather well. Elasah can only remain in an area for so long before his wanderlust sets in, leaving him known as little more than a pretty performer to most. Not much else is known about him, and he doesn't particularly care to divulge in little else than his musical pursuits.
Lith was born to the noble Falaman family, rulers of the petty kingdom of Mittelzen. She was second in line to rulership, behind her brother Hornan. Growing up within the castle walls was isolating, social skills outside of the rigid etiquette of nobility suffering because of it. Her only companions were her personal retainers. Davalor taught her much about the history of their tribe, and the story of her grandfather uniting the half-elves. Vanril taught her swordcraft, Lith taking to elegant half-elven sword-fighting like a duck takes to water. And Restine lent her the companionship she needed from someone her own age. All was not well for the Falamans in Mittelzen. A coup rising up one night, and a mob storming their castle. Lith bore witness to the slaughter of her family before being rushed away by her guards and retainers, unwavering in their loyalty. They managed to escape into the night while the leader of the coup, Cyril, was crowned petty king. Despite being the last member of her fledgling bloodline, Lith has forsaken her noble birth in an attempt to leave behind the bloody politics of the regal world. While she still carries the Falaman name, she prefers to keep her identity under wraps, worried about attracting attention from Cyril's assassins. Her respect for nobles dwindled to non-existence, instead appreciating martial prowess over heritage. Everyone bleeds red is the thing she is fond of. Despite being slow to trust others, a good fighter will quickly earn Lith's admiration